Hello YouTube, it's your boy Nathan coming to you to do another recap video. Today we are talking 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way, Season 6, Episode 3. Can't buy me love, love. Everybody tells me so, can't buy me love. That's what the title is called, Can't Buy Me Love. About to sing some Beatles up in here. So yeah, this episode, not much went down, but still some interesting parts were mentioned. So we're gonna start with Sarper and Shekinah. I'm gonna start with them, get them out the way. So we left off last week with Shekinah arriving to Turkey to move back in with Sarper. The minute she walked back into the house, she flipped out because Sarper still has that bottle collection, and she confronted him about it. And then, Sarper tried to play it off as like, they mean like, it's just a reflection of all the places that I've been around the world and stuff and everything. And she kind of was like, don't lie to me. It's because of girls. So don't try to justify it and downplay it like it's not, like it's like that. And then Shekinah said that Sarper was just like, I went to all these places and develop and bring back memories, and I come home and have drinks. I didn't like having drinks alone, and I used to have drinks with women here. And yeah, but he's still trying to downplay it. So then, Shekinah was just like, do not, and don't you dare bring out that book. And Sarper was like, why? And because she said that's disrespectful and everything, and he's like, and he doesn't find it disrespectful. So she was like, you know what? Why don't you make peace with this? Shekinah actually brings that binder of 143 pages of her first boyfriend's love letter note to her, basically, and she told Sarper to make peace with that, and his eyes just got like, he was just like, I don't want to speak. You have that? I don't want to talk no more. And she was like, I'm sure you don't want to talk no more. So yeah, that shut him up, basically. And normally, and like I said, normally I'm against things like that, but Sarper, when it comes to Sarper, I mean, I'm all for the get back when it comes to him, basically, because he be doing some like weird stuff. And Shekinah, even though Shekinah is acting like she don't like it, she actually does, in my opinion. I don't know. But yeah, that was Sarper and Shekinah. I ain't spending too much time with them. Next couple I want to talk is Josh and Lily. So we've seen Josh, he's with his family. He's getting ready to go to China to live with Lily and stuff. Now, if you remember from the debut episode a couple weeks ago, Josh has to live there for like 5 years and apply for a permanent stay on his spousal visa before he's allowed to work. Lily has a successful business in China, and she's going to have to be the breadwinner. Now, I forgot to mention this a couple weeks ago when we first met Lily, but she is renovating her house for Josh to come. And in this episode, she reveals that her renovations, she maxed out all her credit cards, cost like a $560,000 or something like that. So Josh says goodbye to his family and flies to China. He gets a taxi from the airport to go to Lily's house because it's 3 hours away. While he's on the plane, he's just thinking, wow, I'm not gonna have my remote controls or my drones anymore. What am I going to do, basically, and everything. So when he arrived in China, luckily at the airport, and all the signs were both in Chinese and English, so he can basically know where he's going, so he wouldn't be stressed. He gets in a taxi and he starts talking to the taxi driver. He gonna ask the taxi driver, is it common for a he first asked, "Are you married, man?" And he was like, and the taxi driver was like, "I'm 65 and I'm retired." And yes. And then he asked, like, "Is it normal here for the woman to take care of the man? Like, for the woman to work and the man to stay at home?" And dude was like, he just started laughing. He was just like, "Nope, nope, not at all. It's the man should be working. And how do you eat? How you gonna eat if you ain't working?" And everything. And then he asked, like, "As a foreigner, what should I do?" And he was just like, "Get a job and take care of your wife. It's that simple." I mean, touche. Enough said when it comes to that. But again, Josh has to live there for 5 years in order to work. So if Lily's okay with that, then it'll be okay. But if not, I'm curious to see how that plays out. So yeah, so that was Josh and Lily. Next couple I want to talk is Inky and Corona. So same thing, Corona met up with her friends, and she's getting ready to go to Iceland to be with Inky. Her friends took her to the airport and she's off. Now, Corona is a little concerned because Inky has never been in a relationship, period. And she's going to Iceland where she's going to be the only black woman there and stuff. And she says that Inky's family has not like ever seen a black person before in person. So like she's a little worried about this adjustment and stuff and everything. And she's all nervous and stuff. In this episode, we finally got to meet Inky. And Inky, he was meeting up with his friends and talk about Corona. He was talking about Iceland. He said Iceland's like a party town, as we knew when we first met them a couple of weeks ago. And Inky said, like, dating in Iceland is pretty hard. And he said something pretty interesting. He was like, everyone here knows each other, and if you don't know each other, you might also be related. And he said that, like, you go on a dating app, and in Iceland, there's like a dating site where you can like try to figure out like who you're talking to if you're related to that person, like dating your like second, third, fourth, fifth cousin and stuff and everything. And he said you could either do it right away or after. And that got me to think, that's like what happens down in the southern part of the state of West Virginia, where I'm from. I mean, I'm not from the south of West Virginia, but I'm from the northern part. But the south and southern part of West Virginia, that's where that's normal. So when he said that, that made me think about it. So yeah, I'm glad he came across with Corona, this is he's not ready to propose to her, but he's ready to move in with her. But, I wonder if his inexperiences are going to play a factor in this, because, Corona, she's pretty wild and everything. So I mean, we'll just have to see how that plays out. So yeah, that was Inky and Corona. And the last couple I want to talk is Statler and Dempsey. So we've seen Statler. She's driving to a car shop, a car lot, and she wants to sell her car. Now, as we all know, her and Dempsey are planning to live in a van. In a van to travel across Europe together and stuff. And both of them are selling everything they got to pay for this. Now, Statler was in a little bit of a dilemma. She shows up the car lot, has a conversation with her car. Now we know Statler is a little weird and awkward, but she's having a conversation with her car, saying, "Thank you for being with me, keeping me safe." Her car is a 2017. I've been with this car longer than I've known Dempsey. So she talks to the salesman guy that works there. He works on the appraisal for her and offers her basically $18,000 and stuff. But then, Statler had like kind of a little bit of a change of heart. She's like, Statler took out I think it was like a $20,000 loan to help pay for this van that they're going to be getting. And like, if she takes the $18,000, she could like pay off that loan quick and everything. But she also wants something to fall back on just in case it doesn't work out with her and Dempsey. So she actually decides to leave the car lot and says goodbye and then talks to our car again. And he's like, I know that was traumatizing, but I still got you. I'm not selling you, basically, and everything. So she goes back home and like finishing packing and everything. Then she gets a text from Dempsey saying that they can't afford the van. That they're a couple $1,000s short. So Statler's freaking out. She gets on a video call with Dempsey to discuss some things. Apparently, there was a miscommunication with the two of them where I guess like really Statler didn't convert the dollars into pounds. Like I guess like this camp is like camper thing. This camp van is like a 26,000 pounds, and she was looking at it from like dollars and stuff and everything, and she told Dempsey that she didn't sell her car, but she thought that Dempsey was under the impression that she was going to, because like I guess she agreed that she would like pay that money. However, Statler was just like, her ADHD. She was just like, oh, there was just a lot of numbers all at once. I couldn't even understand. I still don't really understand. This is confusing and everything. You might have told me about this. I might agree, but I didn't fully understand. And so now they're a couple thousand short. Statler says she'll come out and try to come up with something before she leaves the next day to go to England. But I don't know. But, just based on that, there is miscommunication, because Statler, like when we first met Statler and Dempsey last year on Before the 90 Days, like, Statler was all in and everything. And Dempsey was just like, eh. Now it's the other way around, where Dempsey's all in and Statler's just like, Because, Statler, when she went to her little house last year, had no inside bathroom, kind of like Rob and Sophie originally, had no inside bathroom. Statler has like a big thing on IBS and had to go outside and stuff and everything. So she's really questioning, like if this move is going to be worth it. And, now again, we all know what's going on right now with them too. They're not together, but again, let's just enjoy the season and stuff with them. So yeah, I mean, that was basically it. I'm sorry, when I did my review on Happily Ever After yesterday, it was pretty long. This one's kind of short, but yeah, not much like went down. We didn't see James and Tata, and we still got one more couple we got to meet. This couple that's going to Ireland. I don't know when they're going to be added into the season, but we still got one more couple to meet as well. So can't wait to meet them. But yeah, Statler and Dempsey, are returning couples. I had gotten enough of Sarper and Shekinah. I love Statler and Dempsey. Can't stand Sarper and Shekinah. So, I kind of want to see more Statler and Dempsey, but the new couples, like, I'm all for it. Like, I like, it's going to be a interesting storyline. I'm really curious to see how Josh and Lily interact when he arrives to her house in China, and then when next week when James finally goes to Indonesia and stuff and everything, and definitely Corona and Ingy in Iceland. Like I can't wait to see like their storylines, because it's gonna be a nice change of what we've been going through, like with Happily Ever After and everything and stuff. So I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I'm for all these couples except for Sarper and Shekinah. Just say. But yeah, guys, sorry, my video is just half long today, like from yesterday. So thank you guys for watching. Like, again, we are growing. We're growing. We're almost at 50 subscribers. So just keep sharing, like this video, tell your friends. You know me. I'm really chill and laid back. When I do these recaps, I just call it as I see it. just call it as I see it. I don't like to get into do extra videos on the drama behind the scenes and stuff. I'll make mention of it if it's like blatant obvious, like the stuff with Angela and Michael and everything, and now with Statler and Dempsey and stuff. But I'm just a real cool, calm, chill guy, and I like doing these videos for you guys. I'm glad my channel's growing. I thank you guys for your love and support. I do want this channel to grow, but I also want to keep it a safe channel too. Like, we just talk about the shows. Like, I mean, again, it's okay to disagree with me. You don't have to agree with me. I mean, if you disagree, please be respectful about it. But, if you disagree, just be like, hey, I see it a different way. I disagree how this and that went, but, most of the time people do agree with what I got to say and stuff. But, I'm liking the season so far. Again, other than Sarper and Shekinah, I'm liking the season. I like Statler and Dempsey. I like Josh and Lily, even though Josh is a little weird, but I like them, and I like Corona and Inky, even though she's a little wild, and he's gonna be interesting. So yeah. Anyway, guys, that is it for my review. I'll be back on tomorrow to recap Catfish. And so I'll see y'all again tomorrow. So thank you guys for watching, and have a good one. Bye, y'all.